Tennis is a world where legends are made through sweat, fire, and relentless hunger. But for every champion who rises, there are those who crash, not just losing matches, but losing themselves, their confidence, their spark. Today, we dive into the top 5 most heartbreaking career collapses in tennis history, stories of prodigies, warriors, and icons who soared to the top and then watched their worlds crumble. At number 5, we begin in Belgrade, Serbia, where 1987 gave birth to a young dreamer named Ana Ivanovic. She trained during war, hitting balls inside drained swimming pools as sirens echoed outside. Her journey was never meant to be easy, and perhaps that's why her rise felt like a fairy tale. Her peak came in 2008 when she captured the French Open, beating Dinara Safina in the final, and rose to world number 1 for the first time, a young Grand Slam champion who seemed destined to headline the sport for years. She wasn't just a champion, she was tennis's sweetheart, glowing with innocence and hope. But fairy tales can turn fast. Expectations suffocated her confidence, injuries attacked her rhythm, and the fearless girl who once swung freely became a shadow of who she was. Her decline wasn't violent. It was quiet, like a candle slowly losing flame. And just like that, the girl who conquered chaos disappeared from the spotlight, retiring early and gracefully. A beautiful story with a gentle heartbreak. At number 4, we have Marcelo Rios, a tennis genius forged in fire and stubbornness. Born in 1975 in Santiago, Chile, Rios became the first South American man to reach world number 1. He did it with artistry, slicing through opponents like a matador in a bull ring. Smooth, arrogant, untouchable at his peak, Rios didn't play tennis, he painted it. But genius can be a curse. He reached the 1998 Australian Open final and collected several Masters titles and dazzling wins that made him look like a future all-time great. But brilliance and instability often walk hand in hand. Rios's decline came from a lethal combo, injuries that repeatedly interrupted his momentum, and a mercurial temperament that clashed with coaches, the media, and the discipline a long career demands. The result? A career of staggering peaks and conspicuous gaps, a genius who scaled to world number 1 yet never captured a Grand Slam, leaving fans with the haunting thought of an unfinished masterpiece. His ego was as sharp as his backhand, his temper as unpredictable as his drop shot. Conflicts, controversies, injuries. Slowly, the magic dissolved. No Grand Slam titles, no fairy tale ending, just whispers of what could have been. He was tennis's flawed masterpiece, breathtaking, brilliant, but unfinished. At number 3 comes the legend from Minsk, Victoria Azarenka. Born in 1989, Azarenka was a warrior built on power, passion, and grit on court. She left home young, chasing a dream across oceans, and the world watched her rise to fame. Her back-to-back triumphs at the Australian Open 2012 and 2013 vaulted her to world number 1 and established her as the premier rival to the dominant players of her generation. She collected more than 20 WTA titles, repeatedly beat top opponents on hard courts, and played with a ferocity that made every match feel vital. She didn't just play, she fought, screamed, bled for every point. And then, life hit harder than any Serena return. Injuries broke her body, and a brutal custody battle pulled her off tour during her prime. She even collapsed during the US Open. Headlines about her injury replaced trophies, and the unstoppable champion eventually became a mother fighting for motherhood. Azarenka returned, stronger in heart, but never quite the same on court. Her decline wasn't about failure. It was about life being bigger than sport, a queen dethroned by real-world storms, not racket swings. At number 2, we got Boris Becker. Born in Lyman, Germany in 1967, Becker wasn't just a tennis star, he was a cultural phenomenon. Becker exploded onto the world stage as an unstoppable teenager, a 17-year-old Wimbledon champion whose athletic dives, booming serve and charismatic grin rewrote expectations for youth in tennis. He conquered champions like John McEnroe and Stefan Edberg and amassed 6 Grand Slam titles. His power, charisma, swagger. He didn't just play tennis, he changed it. But his downfall was brutal. The same intensity that gave him greatness also fueled a life of excess, risky business decisions accompanied with legal and financial troubles after retirement. Debt, high-profile bankruptcy proceedings, and eventual criminal convictions and imprisonment turned a sporting hero's later years into courtroom drama. From the king of center court to courtrooms and headlines, no champion ever wants to see. Talent made him a legend. Life made him a cautionary tale. The fall of Boris Becker painted a clear picture to the world, how early supernova success can leave a life without slow transitions. For sure, fame without a safety net can ultimately dismantle everything it once built. Top on our list is the American beauty and pride, Jennifer Capriati. Capriati's career showcased the most dramatic rise and the most heartbreaking fall. Born in 1976, Capriati raised into stardom as a child prodigy from New York who dominated headlines at ages when most kids were still in class. By 13 years, she was beating established stars and carrying the weight of America's hopes. She dismantled stars like Gabriela Sabatini and Martina Navratilova with fearless aggression. She made the 1991 French Open semi-final at 15. The world couldn't stop watching, and the pressure crushed her. Burnout, legal troubles, disappearance from the sport. The fall felt devastating, like watching a comet burn out mid-flight. Capriati felt like her prodigy flame had been snuffed, but unlike others, Capriati rose again. She unleashed one of sport's great comebacks. She returned to win 3 Grand Slams, Australian Open in 2001 and the French Open same year. Next year in 2002, she went ahead to win the Australian Open back-to-back, reclaiming the #1 ranking and rewriting her narrative. She defeated legends like Serena Williams, Monica Seles, and Martina Hingis, staging the greatest comeback in tennis history. The heartbreak is that even this spectacular redemption couldn't make the story simple. Chronic injuries, recurring personal struggles, and the long echoes of early burnout eventually closed chapters she might have extended. Her career closed not with a farewell, but with silence. Capriati's story isn't just collapse. It's the highest peak and the deepest valley tennis has ever seen. Which player's journey do you think was the most heartbreaking or the most inspiring? Drop your comments below. Thank you for watching our Sports Stars stories. Kindly subscribe to our channel and stay updated for more interesting videos and captivating stories of our stars in the world of sports.